Okay, and we are back. Jesus Freak 777, the real, and we've got another caller on the line here. And but hold on, caller, 1 second. Dr. Hugh Boehnerfield, PhD, on the show today, and we're discussing this book, which is essentially a book of lies called Biocentrism. We're also discussing the movie Les Miserables, and we would like to have Dr. Hugh Boehnerfield's opinion on this. PhD, University of Pittsburgh, and we are trying to have a godly discussion, a Christian discussion, based on Christian principles. So we have a caller on the line. Caller, can you hear me okay, caller?
Yes.
Okay. Caller, what is your first name?
Julie.
Julie. Okay, Julie, you are on the line with Dr. Hugh Boehnerfield. Do you have a question for Dr. Hugh Boehnerfield? Go ahead.
Yes, Dr. Boehnerfield, I have a question regarding the principle of quantum physics. You say that it's not godly, but, in the Bible, doesn't it say to believe and you'll receive these things? Isn't that sort of the principle behind quantum physics, is just putting your good attitude and your energy towards the life that you want, and maybe perhaps a job that you want, and just having positive attitude and I guess a belief that you're going to get those things.
Caller, do you have a point? Caller, do you have a point?
It sounds to me, it sounds to me like she's talking about Scientology. That would be a religion, wouldn't it? She's talking about a religion, a Scientology religion.
I'm actually thinking about a scripture in the Bible that says, ask, it shall be given unto you. I feel like that's all over the New Testament, believing that you receive things, asking, and that God will give them to you as long as you believe. Wouldn't you say that that's the same principle as quantum physics?
Doctor?
Are you a Christian? Would you call yourself a Christian?
Oh, yes, I would call myself a Christian.
And so you attend church, and you read the Bible every day?
I do read the Bible every day.
I don't know what to do with this, Doctor. I'm not understanding exactly what the point, caller, that you're making. Are you saying that, did you just call up here to talk about how spiritual you are and then talk a bunch of nonsense, or are you actually making a point? Do you have a question?
No, you know what, you brought up the point that the book was not Christian, and so I just called to...
Have you read the book? Excuse me. Did you read the book? Have you ever read this book called Biocentrism? It's got a picture of the stars on it. There's no picture of God. There's nothing to indicate heaven. There's just a little red star there, and red is the color of the devil.
What does God look like? What are you talking about?
God has a robe. He has a beard. Doctor, you're the scientist. You tell me what God looks like. You want to jump in here, Doctor?
Well, I like the robe and the beard part.
I think it's obvious. Every picture, every image that we've ever seen of God shows that God has a beard, God has a robe. We don't know what color his hair is, but he's a man, and he has flowing hair, and he glows. So what's the point? I'm not understanding what you're saying, caller.
Well, I just think that you should look at the principle of the book and look at the principle behind the Bible, and just, maybe stop and think that there's two ways to do the same thing. And although it may not agree with 100% of what you're saying, there's no reason to say that it's not of God and that it's of the devil. That seems silly to me.
Doctor, do you want to take this thing up of two ways, Doctor? Do we see a problem here? Two ways?
Well, I can already tell that the book is not glorifying God, and it can't be a true science book because there's no Christianity in it. There's no crosses in it. There's no pictures of Jesus in it.
The closest thing I found to a picture of anything that looked like Jesus was maybe this picture in the front cover that looked like a book. Conceivably, it could have been the Bible.
There's lots of books that don't have pictures of Jesus on the front of it, and you're saying that they're not Christian books?
I don't read any book. Doctor, you want to take this one up?
Well, at the beginning of that, I won't read any book unless it starts out in the beginning. and then that becomes all quantum physics from then on, all the way
Oh
to the
my
very
God.
end of the book.
I think that pretty much sums it up. And do you know? I'm sorry, caller. I'm not trying to put you down. Do you have a PhD?
No.
Okay, there you go, doctor.